Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to take a look at Dire Maul on an Alliance week and with a Jaina army, with no talents whatsoever. And I was able to do a plus 1.7 level red clear with Jaina without talents, and in this video, I'm going to show you how. To recap the main dungeon mechanics, the first boss, Stomper Kreeg. Kreeg's army is a bit touchy, damage them enough and they go berserk and attack everything in sight. So the key to beating Stomper Kreeg is to deal damage to the army, preferably when they're near the boss, when they're near their own towers, so that they will start attacking everything in sight, they will attack their own towers, they will attack the boss, and that's the key to success with the first boss. The second boss, Immol'thar, has eyes everywhere. They wander the area and appear after you play any unit. So whenever you play a unit, there's going to be an eye and then the eye is going to chase that unit and it's going to explode. Very, very annoying playing units. Although those explosions do hurt Immol'thar's units as well, they hurt Immol'thar as well, and they hurt Immol'thar's towers as well if you want to use that. I typically just go straight for the boss, and there's basically two ways to kill this boss. One, you can use Fire Elemental, which can just tank the boss. Boss deals elemental damage, Fire Elemental is splendid at that. Or two, you use Quillbore to turn the boss around away from your army, and then bring in your damage dealers. Either way works. And finally, there is King Gordok, the third boss. King Gordok is strong, but his lieutenants can be persuaded to rise against him, and that is really the key to success. There's those two lieutenants, and King Gordok also has a pocket healer that's going to keep his health topped up. I like to take the right lieutenant first, then the left lieutenant, attack King Gordok, kill the healer with unbounds and spells, and then with lieutenants on my side and the healer dead, King Gordok is just going to fall. And this is the army that I used with Jaina. I have Defias Bandits for cycle, opening some chests, stunning some enemies. I have Worgen. Worgen deals excellent damage to Ogre Mages, to Huntresses, even to towers, and the healer at the third boss. I have Execute. Execute makes the first boss minions fight against each other. Execute also is great against the healer in the third boss, and Execute can even be used directly on the second boss. Then I have Stonehoof Tauren, another wonderful counter for Ogre Mages, for Huntresses, and can tank some bosses and towers as well. I have Batrider. Batrider deals some sweet damage. In the first boss, those flame pools that are going to be on the ground can often make the minions fight against each other, even if the Batrider is already dead, and Batrider is just so much damage in other bosses as well. And then I have Fire Elemental. Fire Elemental is here to tank the second boss, and just tanking in general. On the third boss, tanking the rightmost lieutenant as well. And this is what this looks like in action. And here we go against Stomper Kreeg, the first boss. I would like to execute the left lane, but right now I'm not getting execute. The order of my hand is really awkward, so I have to fight on the left lane instead. And that means that it's going to be a little bit hard for me to get the gold on the right lane, which I would usually pick up with Stonehoof Tauren. But we work on it. We try our best and, well, we might still be able to pull it off. This red difficulty, I didn't have my ideal hand, but we'll still make it work. Stonehoof Tauren against Ogre Mage, that's beautiful. Tauren can also tank some towers. We get some flame pools going, and now we have made the Mountaineer crazy. The bear unfortunately is not yet. And then we have an Ogre Mage coming and dealing some damage. Fire Elemental does tank Ogre Mage quite well, because Fire Elemental is resistant and Ogre Mage deals elemental damage. On the left lane, I'm sending Defias Bandits out there, so that they will stun the Ogre Mage for a while. And now, with that beautiful execute there, now we have what it takes to finally take the tower, I hope. I'm sending Worgen. Come on, Worgen, hurry up, hurry up. No, they get the tower back, but there's no minis defending that. The tower is down, it's not shooting. Worgen will be able to handle that, I'm sure. Sending a Batrider as well, getting to mine. Okay, now we have a tower. And this is the situation where I want to be. Now we can start pushing at the boss. Sometimes you can take also the left side tower, sometimes it's not necessary. The harder the difficult, the more important the left-hand tower may become, because your base becomes more vulnerable against higher level minis, and then it can be just a little awkward to defend. But here I'm now focused on getting some push in here, now that we have the right-hand tower, the more important tower, secured, getting an execute out there, making the grunts go crazy. That's excellent. Fire Elemental, tanking the Ogre Mage real well, getting to mine a little bit. Stonehoof Tauren still up. We made the bear go crazy, so now the bear is fighting the boss. Excellent. And alright, a bit of pressure on the tower. Trying to prevent the mining. We managed to prevent the mining just in time. That was beautiful. Overall, I'm trying to make the push, but their lucky execute, they just spawned more minis in the execute, so now the left-hand side is a mess. Those executes near the towers, near the boss, they are splendid. Sometimes you have to do them near your own base, especially at the start when you don't have either of the towers yet. But as the game goes on, then executes the further away from your own base you can do them, and the closer to enemy towers, to enemy boss, the better, because then they really mess up everything that's going on for the AI. We got a little bit of execute value out there. Thorin is at -2 levels. Thorin can still beat up an Ogre Mage, so that's no problem. And we're trying to get the push in. I would want to pick up the chest. I don't have any minis that can pick it up right now, so I'm thinking I want to deploy the next mini so that it will pick up the chest and then move forward. Not getting the tower. That execute was a little bit ill-placed. I figured, hey, maybe I can make that Ogre Mage fight against the boss, but I was a little too late for that. But be that as it may, it still goes quite alright. Actually, the execute, reducing the health of the Ogre Mage, did play well for me in the end. And Stonehoof Thorin again. Stonehoof Thorin just bringing so much value. Now I would really want to execute. So can I get there? Yes, we can. Grunts are now crazy. And okay, a bit of pressure coming here. I placed those far back so that they would reach the Ogre Mage just in time and not too early. And that's exactly what happened. Things are going nicely here. We're going to stealth. We reach the other Ogre Mage. Alright. And we're trying to get a push in from the left, and now I really need damage on the boss. So I need to spend my executes close to the boss, so that the enemy minis will also attack the boss if at all possible. Because we are running out of time. I got a really bad start to this game, so I wasn't able to get... It took me a long time to stabilize. But now that we are stable and we are pushing, then things are starting to look up, and we get the Borgen out there in stealth. Well, Jaina actually did the finishing job, and that's boss 1. Then the second boss, Immol'thar. This is the hardest boss in this dungeon. I was able to pick up the Whelp's talent relic, luckily, so now we get some Whelps, although they are not super useful, because I've seen a field of Whelpex there and still Prowler going for the base. But anyway, we get some stuns on the Ogre Mage, the explosions hurt the Ogre Mage, we're defending, and I'm sending fire elementals to the boss. Some guides instruct you to take the tower immediately on the right side. If you have talents, then that becomes an option. With the talentless clear, I haven't had great success trying to take the tower, but with talents, taking a tower is so much easier. However, maybe that's an alternative plan that you could consider, but I'm strictly focused on this left lane. I want to push from here, I want to get fire elementals at that boss, and I want them to win this game. The only real threat here is, from my perspective, it's the Banshees. If Banshees manage to grab your fire elementals, like there's a Banshee now and I placed that fire elemental a little bit poorly. Yikes, that one hurt. Yeah, as I was saying, if Banshees manage to grab your fire elementals, that is a problem. And if I remember correctly, that's not even the only time this happens in this fight. Yeah, could have done it cleaner. But as you can see, this is plus 1.7 levels, and it's not impossible by any means. Alright, here we go. We get to mine a little bit. We have some eggs here and there. More eggs are coming, and we get another fire elemental in. Beautiful. Here I'm thinking that I should have actually saved a little bit more gold, so that I could deploy other stuff alongside the fire elemental, to make it less vulnerable to that Banshee. Yeah, my fire elemental is stolen by Banshee again. It's okay, it's just a delay. Obviously, time is limited and draw is the same as a loss, so you don't want to be delayed. But being delayed is not the end of the world either. So, here we go, we get the Stonehoof Thorin to kill all this stuff. And see the Prowler hitting at the base even though there's a field of Whelpex out there. Now we're trying the fire elemental again. This time we have the Stonehoof Thorin to go with it, but the Stonehoof Thorin goes down quite quickly, and now I am a little late. That's the third fire elemental that I lose in this fight, but it's alright. It's alright. It's just a small delay, but I should have saved a little bit of gold, deployed something like a Bat Rider, then the Fire Elemental, so that those flame pools would be there to protect the Fire Elemental. Something like that would have been necessary. So this time I waited a little bit, and this time I deployed Fire Elemental together with a Bat Rider. Look at that. And even though we have lost some Fire Elementals, the boss has still taken a bunch of damage. It's not like the boss has just gotten out of this clean. And finally, Immol'thar, the toughest boss in this dungeon, falls. So after Immol'thar, it's only the wrap up with the king. The way I like to do this, I take the center tower first, then I go right, then I go left, then I kill healer, then I kill boss. It's a pretty simple. Dedicate enough resources out there that I believe that I'm going to be able to take the center tower, and I was already sent a miter. I want to send a fire elemental to tank the right side ad because that deals elemental damage. But now I have evaluated, because this is now red difficulty, and I have evaluated my resources a little bit incorrectly. I'm actually not able to take the tower, so I'm sending some reinforcements to the tower. And now we have the tower. But obviously, inability to grab the tower there caused some delay. But look at that fire elemental. Fire elemental tanking like a boss. But probably I should have delayed that a little bit, spend a little bit more resources in the center, get a clean kill on the tower, then get a cleaner attack on the side boss there as well. But be that as it may, side boss finally falls and we have really good units there, so we have plenty of power coming from the right side. So the left side push is actually not even that important, given in this position. Not really going for that anyway. The right side push is coming through. I'm wondering if I should put something more on the left side or if I need to start executing. I decided, okay, time to execute, time to send the Worgen out there. And Worgen is not killing it. Okay, 13 Worgen versus 16 healer. It's not so easy again. But now our push is coming in just in time still. I'm trying to cycle a little bit, just drop some stuff out there so that I can get to the execute. Execute. Healer is down. It's only a matter of time before the boss was going to fall. I'm starting to send some units out there. I'm thinking maybe this is not enough. Maybe I need to make another push. I'm sending a miner so that I will have more gold. But look at those Bat Riders. Bat Riders just putting in the work. And boss is on fire. And the third boss falls, and that's a plus 1.7 clear red difficulty with no talents. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.